Eighth graders, here is one of your last lessons for the legislative branch. It should be a pretty quick one outside of the little bit that you have to write in here. Take a moment, go to page 16 of your notebooks. It should be a blank page. And at the top, write down powers of Congress. Now remember, when we talk about Congress, we're talking about the House and the Senate. Okay, so we're talking about both houses here. And some of these powers are specific to one house, and I'll hopefully note that. But what I want you to do is to learn some of the things that Congress has the power to do, things that the Constitution specifically gives them the power to orchestrate. All right. The first one is going to be Congress can create a law increasing the tariffs on Honda and Toyota cars. Okay. We see US versus China here. That would be tariffs. And the power that the Congress uses to create those tariffs would be called taxation powers. Okay. That should make sense. A tariff is a tax. All right. Number two, Congress can decide to print a $4 bill. Now, completely made up, but if they did, or if they took out a loan for COVID-19 stimulus relief checks, that is a power of Congress. It's called currency powers. Okay. Third one, Congress decides to fight for freedom in Afghanistan. Remember, we actually had a war on terror. This was part of that. Okay. That would be congressional war powers. They get to decide to go to war. The president cannot decide to go to war with a country. He must get the approval from Congress to do it. Okay. The fourth power of Congress is that Congress, the Senate mainly, gets to approve of all presidential appointments, such as Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett. What power is this? This is executive powers. And it is a way for Congress, remember, to check the president's appointments or nominees. Fifth, write this down. Congress brings up charges, criminal charges, for and against an official for abuse of power. Okay, right here we've got Nancy Pelosi with a slip called Articles of Impeachment, and she's screaming charges. She encouraged this against Donald Trump, president. These are called impeachment powers. Number six is the final power of Congress that I'd like you to note. There's several others, but these are the main ones. And Congress can propose an amendment or a change to the Constitution with 2/3 vote in both houses. Now, that's only the first step. You also need 3/4 of all states to ratify or approve it as well. But this is what we would call a constitutional power of Congress. So, to reiterate again, the 6 powers of Congress that I'd like you to know for your exam are taxation powers, setting up tariffs or taxes. Creating money would be currency powers. Going to war overseas is war powers, pretty easy. Approving presidential appointments like Justice Barrett, is executive powers. And coming up with the charges against an official, such as Donald Trump, for misuse or abuse of power, would be impeachment powers. And then the last one would be making changes to the Constitution with 2/3 vote in both houses would be constitutional powers. That's all you got to do, boys and girls. Write that down again on page 16, back up if you need to. See you later.